I'm Scully, the author that reads to you. Yes, I read my novels with sound effects and B-roll that goes along with the story. So if you like books on tape with a twist, stick around. Subscribe to the channel. Today, we're going to be reading chapter 28. William Dempsey dated Natalie Bowman in the 9th grade. She was one of those popular Southern girls, church-going, always dressed appropriately, hair perfect, nails manicured, big bright cheerleader smile. Tennis lessons on the weekends, just the girl for him, or so he had thought. During their 3 years together, he had often pictured himself settling down and starting a family with Natalie, until the day he saw her kissing Lance McComb, the star quarterback at Long Beach High School. William was devastated. He remembered the pain he'd gone through. William also wondered if his life would have been different if his father and brother had been around to give him advice on the ladies. "I'm sure I could use some right now," he told himself. Femke kept looking at him with this exotic blue-eyed stare from the heavens. She definitely reminded him of Natalie, except for the fact that Natalie had gotten pregnant during her senior year. Poor Lance. Timon de Boer noticed Femke flirting with William. He pulled the lad over to the side and said, "I must warn you, William. She may try to seduce you." No, he's got to be joking, William thought, trying not to look in the model's direction. He could feel her eyes upon him. "Klaus is always having to fight with the Femke," Timon whispered in William's ear. "Between you and me, I believe she has been with many of the boys in Tunisian." William didn't know what to say, so he stammered, I guess I'll have to keep my eye out for her." Timon turned to Augustino and said something in Dutch. One of the words sounded like coffee to William. He watched as the black man snapped to attention. "Yes, boss. Coffee straks, right away." The words came out crisp, each word pronounced to its fullest, leaving him with a snappish dialect. William said, "Man, he sounds pretty wild." "Augustino speaks a combination of the languages. Originally, he comes from the Mozambique in Africa. He has been in Holland for many years." The old Don pulled out a bag of weed and began making a joint. "First we had the coffee, then we talked to the Femke around." William asked, "You can smoke in here?" "Natuurlijk, it is normal, eh? Cannot buy in the pub, no? But you may smoke. Each place is different, you must ask. Some places it is verboten." Augustino Macaringue returned with the 3 miniature cups of coffee and set them down on the bar in front of him. "Alsjeblieft," he said. William looked at Augustino and said to himself, "Dang, he sounds like that black man who used to do the old 7-Up commercials. The one with the white teeth and deep voice, with that laugh. Ha 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 ha." After Timo rolled a joint and held it up for all to see, William grinned like an actor auditioning for a toothpaste commercial. He said, "Fire that thing up." "Ooh, lekker," Femke clucked. As the spliff made its way around the circle, a heady aroma surrounded them. "It is good shit, boss," said Augustino. "Ik ben hailstone," Femke said. William gave the joint a few puffs. He had already smoked the strong weed with Timon back at the farm, so he had grown somewhat used to it. Augustino turned to William and said, "You like the Dutch smoke?" William handed him the joint. "Oh yeah." Augustino said, "Where did you say you were coming from?" "Orlando, Florida," William pretended. "You know, Disney World." "I have heard of this place," the African replied. "Mickey Mouse, yes?" "That's right," William said. Femke ducked her head in and said, so fun it would be. I have always wanted to go to the Disney World. To William, then Augustino said, is this your first time in Holland? Bloody hell, he thought. Do all Americans look alike? The young lad is the splitting image of Hunt, and the whiteys say we all look alike. I've never been even out of the States before, William said. The black man took notice of the clock on the wall. I must open the pub now. I will see you later. Okay, William said. It's nice to meet you. Strange people entered the pub by the minute. Before long, every table, bar stool, and cranny was occupied. Timon switched from coffee to a beer called Hoegaarden, a Belgian non-filtered white brew made with wheat, coriander, and orange peel. Now we have a real drink, William. William said okay, took the beer and sipped it at the foamy substance. Not bad, he said. It is a real beer, William. I find the taste is very nice. More customers continued to march into the pub by the minute. Timon seemed to know everyone. People came up and introduced themselves to William, who now had 8 beers lined up on the bar in a semicircle. Damn, he said to himself, if I drink all these, they're going to have to carry me out of here on a stretcher. The alcohol content was high, he had been told, more than 5%. The pot had caught up with him too. Here we go again, William thought. You must watch out, Augustino told him. The alcohol will knock you down. William let out a belch that would make any redneck in Harrison County proud. He said, somewhat slurring his words, you telling me? Shit, the fucking weed's good too. Through a mouthful of white teeth, the African laughed. It takes some time to become used to the life. William looked over the room and noticed the Dutch girl, Femke, at the foosball tables, hanging out with some pretty girls. He also noticed that the females were nodding in his direction, especially Femke, who seemed to control everyone around her. All hell, William said inwardly. You know this girl's nothing but trouble. Timon backhanded the young American lightly on the chest. I must leave you now. Stay by to Femke until Klaus comes. Great, William thought. Now what am I going to do? Timo, then he said, thanks for everything. That's not the problem, the Dutchman said. We shall meet again soon, William. You are to follow me now, William heard the model say from behind. I show you the way. William shot Timo a God help me look. The model grabbed William's hand and led him out of the pub through a side entrance. A decrepit staircase stood before them. Dirty plates and empty beer bottles covered the steps. The incline smelled like rotting carcass. As he followed Femke up the flight, creaks and moans, noises you hear on an old ship at sea, called back to them. Upstairs, William noticed a hall divided into various rooms and an exit sign that dangled perilously from a wire above a fire escape. This is the room from you, Femke said, pointing to her left. She pushed the door open to what appeared to be an old closet. William took about 3 seconds to say, well, it's not the Hilton. The model cocked her head sideways and said, sorry, I do not speak such good English sometimes. William looked at Femke. Comically, he said, oh, it's nothing. Finally, the model said, oh, for fuck's sake. Yes, I show you the way. She led him to a room full of mildew. We call it the douche. Privately, William said, I guess it's a community bathroom. He thanked Femke and shut the door behind him. He heard the model scuttle off down the hallway. After doing the duty, he wondered how to flush the commode. Following a frantic search, William spotted a cord hanging above his head. He winced as he tugged on the chain, sighed when he heard the loud gurgling sound of water. He looked around the bathroom covered in filth and wished for a canister of Comet. The lavatory appeared to have been thoroughly neglected for years. The shower was nothing special, a stainless steel enclosure with a plastic curtain. To make matters worse, William had to wrestle with the shower knobs for a few minutes in order to obtain a suitable temperature. As he stood drying his naked body, the model walked in on him, no knocks, no nothing. I was afraid she might try something like this. You were so wide, she told him. What'd she say? Wide? Like broad-shouldered? He just stood there dumbstruck, stark naked, with a fluffy blue towel in her hand. Femke van der Wal said, Als je het nodig hebt, dit is voor jou. Thanks, William said, taking the towel. Alsjeblieft, Femke shot back. She may try to seduce you, William. She may try to seduce you. Timon's words were resonating in his head. Femke flirted with her eyes. I have the coffee made. Would you like one cup? A cup of coffee, sure, William said. Just give me a minute. I'll be right out. Let me just get my things together. You come when you have ready done, she said, strutting off. William slowly threw on a pair of Levi's and a flannel shirt, thinking about what she might try to do, and headed down the hall. He was in a daze. Saw the half-open door to Femke's room. When he neared the entrance, he was stunned. The model was leaning over, laboriously attempting to wedge on a pair of jeans. Oh, shit, William said to himself, not believing his eyes. Femke van der Wal, who waited for the American to open the bathroom door before beginning her act, she let out grunts of frustration. In her peripheral vision, she saw that William was hesitant in his steps, almost too shy to approach. In an effort to finagle her right butt cheek into her jeans, she twisted to one side, displaying her sexy tattoo. Through a crack in the door to Femke's room, William noticed the tattoo on her left ass cheek, a dagger with a rose wrapped around it. He rapped lightly on the door, trying not to look, and saw Femke's pretty face staring upside down at him between her legs. Oh, sorry, she said from the bent-over position. I've not to see you come. Yeah, right, William thought. Just like Timon said, she's trying. You come inside now. Her voice was deliberate. Yeah, we have the coffee, okay? William took a seat and watched as she poured 2 mugs. Femke set the pot back down, lifted the sugar bowl, and delicately scooped brown, lumpy crystals into each cup. Oh, sorry, my English is not so good sometimes. It is first time for you coming to Holland. First time in a foreign country ever, William told her gently. You like Holland, yeah? If all the girls like you, hell yeah, he thought. He, however, said, yes, I do. They drank coffee for a while, talked about the differences between Holland and America. William wondered if she comprehended half of what he told her. Oddly, Femke kept looking out the window. She sipped at her coffee frequently, smiled a lot, and talked when she could find the English words to fill her thoughts. She was so damn beautiful, he couldn't stand it. Her lips, her face, her skin, everything. As she moved her mouth, William couldn't help but wonder what it was like to be with someone like Femke van der Wal. She was just as pretty as those girls in the Victoria's Secret magazines. So you come for the vacation, Don? Femke brushed her warm brown hair behind her ears. Her blue eyes glittered. Yeah, I just got out of high school last year, William told her. My parents came here a long time ago on their honeymoon. When they were here, they met Timon and became good friends. Through the years, everyone stayed in touch. My mama's been trying to get me to come over here for a while. So I figured I'd finally take my European vacation. How long time will you stay in Holland? I'll be here for a while, but I'm planning to go see some other things. The model reached over and retrieved her stash. She set the goods on the table next to her cup, looked up at the American and said, "Shall we have a smoke?" "Sure," William said, thinking it was a normal activity wherever you went, except for those places Timon kept warning him about. Well, whatever, he'd figure that out later. After the two of them polished off a joint, William said, "So you've known Timon for a long time then?" Femke von der Waal had a proud look on her face. She said, "Timon, yeah, long time we have known, since I was little girl. I really like him. He's an incredibly nice person. A good man for the peoples, Timon is." Both of them were startled when the door opened. Femke looked up and saw her lover framed in the doorway. Klaus had caught them by surprise. To the rock star gangster, she said, "Klaus, I didn't hear you coming up." William wondered what Femke said to the grungy-looking mobster who stood there with a menacing look on his face, one that said, "What the fuck is going on here?" William recalled seeing the blonde Dutchman in the road. Somehow Klaus looked different now, vulnerable in front of his girlfriend. William wondered right away how much animosity stood between the two lovebirds. The long-haired blonde gangster from the road and the bitch from hell.